All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It is finally game time here in Inver Grove Heights. It's the first game of pool play between the Rosemount Irish and the Egan Inver Grove South St. Paul Spartacats. Spartacats in their home whites. Moving from left to right, home whites with the red numbers, blue trim, and the Irish in their navy with the gold trim. 12 minutes on the clock. And we're about to get started. Again, this is the first game of the Spartacat Spectacular. It is pool play, and the Irish control the opening face-off. These two teams have given us a couple of great games, and so you'll definitely want to stay all the way to the end on this one as the Irish bring that over the blue line. Cats try to poke it away, they do. I'll set your lineup here momentarily as it's off Donohue's stick. Irish behind the net. Irish centering pass in towards J-War. J-War's in goal. That one off of Nelner's stick. It goes behind the cage of J-War. You have a little bit of a blind spot left side of your screen. We'll do our best to keep it in. Opportunity here for Meller. Meller, one of the forwards, has it taken off of her stick. Nicely done that time by the Irish. Nelner, Meller, and it was, I think that's Nurka out there at forward. Cron and Donohue were your defenders. Scott fresh off the bench. She chips that towards the bench. Irish in the middle of a change behind the play. Good strong stick there by Olivia Shack. Irish bring that in. It's 1v4. Cats come away with that one momentarily. Can't get it out. Now Izzy Nurka punches it out to neutral ice. A little bit of ping pong and offside. Offside as Alora Marcel had fallen and could not scramble over the blue line. And with 10:38 to go, we'll have a neutral zone face-off just outside the Irish net. Excuse me, zone. Still working on some of the production values here. We appreciate you joining us here on the channel. Good poke check that time by Olivia Shack. Nurka punches that down deep. Baker and Olsen are your other forwards. Here come the Irish. Good pass between her legs. Finds a forward. Goes off of her stick. Now the Irish to the outside. Scott with good defense sends it to the corner. Cats try to get it out, and they do. Marcel gives chase, but the Irish spin it the other way, and now they go cross ice. They get it out, and now it's offside. Have the Irish right at the blue line, and 9:59 to go here in the first period. New score bug means I don't have to update you on the score. We'll talk to you a little bit about the time because there's a little bit of manual process there, but excited about the production values here. Miller tries to get past that one. Miller pumping the legs down into the corner right side of your screen. Centering pass. Good defense that time by the Irish. Miller in the corner. Irish take that one away, skate behind their own cage. Comes to the far side, Donohue with it. She has it, whistles it back down. It's intercepted by the Irish at the half wall. Irish now bring it to the center. Irish player forgot the puck, kept skating, but couldn't quite get the puck to stick on her stick. And it lets the Spartacats get back. Good poke check that time by the Spartacats, but good job by the Irish to keep that in. J-War to the behind. That one over and around, and it's saved by J-War on the far side. Opportunity here for Cron from her defensive position. She's around one defender. She's around two defenders. Opportunity for Cron. Shoots, and that whistles wide. I told you folks this would be an exciting game to watch. I was not lying. Great save by J-War, good effort by the Irish on the far side, and Cron nearly gives the Spartacats a lead going the other direction. This is Aurelia Nelner. Nelner with a head of steam through neutral ice. Nelner gains the blue line. Nelner with an opportunity. Nelner shoots, and it hops over the goalie. Hops over the goalie and goes into the corner. And the clock, of course, is supposed to be running. I'll clean that up at the next break, folks. Next whistle. Cats and Irish here in the middle. This one squirts by everybody. Zoe Scott giving chase around J-War's cage. Scott tries to feed it to the outside. Irish with a good forecheck. This one finds neutral ice. Marcel's got to get on the end of it. Sends a forwarding pass, centering pass over to Baker. Baker can't quite handle that one. There was a lot of traffic in the way. And the Irish around their own cage will try to break it out far side. Good crowd here on hand. Irish have a big team. Spartacats pull in a few extra fans because it's their home tournament, the Spartacats Spectacular. Good defense that time by Maren Olsen, steering that down deep. Irish come away with it, but now they'll have to exit the zone one more time. Ooh, pirouette opportunity. It falls kindly for Olsen. Olsen gets it on her forehand. Olsen skates to the far side, shoots, and that's saved to the side. So I should get the shots on goal here. We got shots 4 and 3 and 2, I should say. They're not keeping track of shots on the scoreboard, so I'll use this one for my own purposes. Collision at neutral ice, and here come the Spartacats. Miller sends this one back down. Irish are going to have that one. Irish defender let that one go, thinking that might go for icing. Instead, the Spartacats are going to hold it in. This is Miller near side, Kron near side. It gets chipped down deep, and Nelner will chase to the forecheck to the far side. 6:49 to go. Told you guys it was going to be a bit challenging. Good thing nobody touched the puck there. Irish changing. Irish try to break it out far side. This is Donahue at the point. Donahue has it, sends it back in, but it's deflected. Kron gets it, and now Kron sends it in, and we'll have offside against the Spartacats with 6:30, exactly 6:30 to go here in the first period. Shots 3-2 in favor of the Spartacats, but it's been an up and down game. The first time these two teams met, we have a neutral zone face-off. Here we go. Clocks right now. First time these two teams met, Spartacats dominated the Irish, winning 5-1. Irish came back in the second district game meeting and tied the Spartacats in what might go down as a U10b1 instant classic. That puck poked far and wide. I'm not sure it's going to make it for icing. Yeah, no officials' arms were up. Marcel gives chase. This is Olsen going to try to give chase. Now Kron tries to hold it in but can't. Kron's going to have to break her neck to get there. No icing as it's waved off. Donahue back for it. She whistles it around. Irish take possession on the far side. Irish trying to go shot from the point. And offside against the Irish with 5:42 to play here in the first period. Again, first game of pool play between these two teams. Tomorrow night, the Spartacats will take on the U10b1 white team. Should have that for you here on the channel. And the Irish, actually, their next game is on Saturday morning at 8:20 in the morning against the Eden Prairie Eagles, which we expect to be a very good game as well. So Scott circles around behind the net, fires that up towards the point, but it's kept in by the Irish. Miller battling there. Miller digs it out. Miller has an opportunity. She's one-on-one if she can gain the zone. Couldn't quite gain the zone. It goes back the other way. This is Olivia Shack. Shack and Scott, your defenders. This one comes towards neutral ice. It's taken by Miller. Miller can't get that puck to sit down for her, so she sends it across the ice in the Irish control. Oh, geez, I forgot to start the clock again. Cats have this down around the cage of now Wilhelm. This is Scott. Scott with a head of steam. Scott from a defensive position. Scott brings it across the blue line. Cats change behind her. Good shot by Zoe Scott, paddled aside expertly by the Irish goalie. Goes to the far side, but it's sent around back the other way by the Irish defense. Nelner fresh off the bench. This one finds Donahue again, who sends it forward. Hits an Irish stick going in. Cats need to clear the zone. Kron pokes at that one. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Nurka slaps at it, sends it the other direction. Olsen's still out on the ice. This one comes for Kron. Kron tries to go D to D, doesn't quite work. Marcel far side. And so these two teams have played twice against each other. And that second game, as I said, an instant classic, a 5-5 tie at Woog Arena. Chipped along the boards that time by Scott. Check it, Donahue. Cats bring it down into the Rosemount Irish end, and the Irish take control. Cats trying to keep it in. Cron loses an edge right on the blue line. Manages though to keep it in, sends it back down towards Nurka. Right side of your screen. Cron again slaps that and sends it in, and it slides wide. Cats need to have shots on goal. Opportunity here for the Irish, and a big save by Wilhelm. It was a good shot by the Irish, good save by Wilhelm. This is Olsen. She tries to break it out, but here come the Irish again. I told you, folks, this is going to be an exciting hockey game. Olsen tries to come in to the middle, has a lot of company there. Nelner with it. Nelner shoots, but that slides wide. 2:54 to go. Now in the period. This one comes to the middle. Nelner with it again. Nelner shoots. It's blocked that time by the defense expertly. Meller fires a cross-crease pass. This comes to the far side. This is Shack. Shack sends it in. That one goes wide. Meller's going to have another chance at the far side. Scott has to step up to try to keep it in. Cats keep it in momentarily. Irish look to control, and now they get it to neutral ice. Shack sends it in, but it's intercepted by the girls in blue. And now they come out to neutral ice. This is Bauman to Meller. Bauman tries to keep it in. Shack tries to keep it in. They can't. It's not going to be controlled that time by the Spartacats. Cats need to find this puck. Meller grabs onto it. Loses an edge and goes down. Cats punch it in, but turn it over back to the Irish. A little ping pong in neutral ice. This is Nelner. Nelner with a backhand, looks for Bauman. Bauman with it. Bauman down the near side. Bauman dispossessed near side. Shack goes to the middle. It's intercepted that time by the Irish. Punched in by the Irish. 1 minute, 37 seconds to go. This one falls nicely for Laura Marcel. Marcel chasing. Irish will get there first. Marcel tries to keep it in. It falls kindly for Bauman. Bauman can't unload the cannon. And the Irish break it out to neutral ice. Now they come in, defense changing for the Irish. Cron behind the net. Plays it forward. This is Bauman. Can't handle that one. But she comes away with it anyway. Gets it over the blue line. This is Bauman. Bauman had a good weekend up in Fargo, scoring a lot of goals. Cats unable to keep that one in. This one comes for Cron behind the play. Cron circling. Cron with a head of steam. Cron feeds it forward and it goes by everybody. And it went right under a stick, so I guess the referee's going to wave off icing. I think you could have called icing there, but in any event, we play on. This is Nelner, has it taken off of her stick by Olsen. Olsen spins, turns, gets on her forehand, shoots. Nelner on the back door! Had an opportunity, but couldn't make it happen. This one's shot across. Lots of pucks near the net with less than 30 seconds to go. Cats with another opportunity. Centering pass for Nelner, and it goes right into the pads. And we will have a pause in the action with 17 seconds to go. And a shot on goal. Shots, at least by my count, 5-3. Favor of the Spartacats. Although not a lot of shots for either team in this first period. Referee lining up the girls, making sure they're where they're supposed to be. Now he's explaining the etiquette at the space-off dot. This one went right through the crease. Irish control near side. Baker tries to hold it in. This one punched toward the middle. And here come the Irish going the other direction. Donahue and Cron are back. Cron gets on the other end of that one, sends it out. And the first period ends goalless here in Inver Grove. So exciting stuff. The Spartacats will be in action again tomorrow night. The Rosemount Irish will wait until Saturday morning for their opportunity at the Eden Prairie Eagles. Eden Prairie Eagles, we understand, are one of the top sides in U10b hockey. So it should be an excellent game between the Irish and the Eagles. And of course, these Spartacats, also a solid team. That'll be a good game on Saturday afternoon. The heaters are on here at the West Rink at Inver Grove Heights, the VMCC, which is really, really nice for those of us who are enjoying the tropical weather. Because I'm using this particular software, I cannot see how many people are watching live. So I cannot see any comments. Lots of enthusiasm out there in white. Starting lineup, we've got Marcel, Nurka, and I believe that's Meller. Defense is Scott and Shaq. Second period action here in the first game of pool play. We have the Spartacats Spectacular. And we are underway. The teams have switched ends. Spartacats attacking from the right to the left. Good puck handling through neutral ice by the Irish. Cats have got to get a body in front. Here's an opportunity for the Irish. And a good recovery poke check. That time by the Cats, get it out to neutral ice. That comes back in, and we'll have a stoppage with 11:41 to go. Offside against the Irish. Face-off will come actually at center ice. Same lineup for the Spartacats. Ruth Jaywar is the goalie for the Spartacats. Irish chip this one forward, finds Shaq. Shaq tries to dig that off the boards, but it falls kindly for Zoe Scott. Irish, though, get control of it, slap that down behind Jaywar. Irish look to set up a opportunity behind the net, and I think Jaywar's got that one. It was loose for a while. You heard the Rosemount coaches screaming that it's loose and encouraging their girls to go get it. And the referee eventually does blow a whistle. Not sure from our vantage point exactly how covered that puck was, but referees have the final say. And we start with a neutral zone face-off to the right of Ruth Jaywar. This is Nurka. She sends it up for Meller. Meller intercepts that one, slaps it towards the blue line, kept in. That nicely done by the Irish, keeping that one in on the forecheck. This is Scott behind the net, wraps that around, looking for Marcel. Marcel tries to feather it forward, but the Irish hold the line. Cats now get it out, and here's an opportunity for the Cats going the other direction. We'll see if this makes it for icing, and it does make it for icing with 10:49 to go. And the ice will flip as the Spartacats defend a defensive zone face-off to the left of Ruth Jaywar. Again, Spartacats, if you've been watching, now the channel, of course, was silent some of last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I should say, when the girls were in Fargo, but this is a team with a lot of momentum, taking second place in a shootout at Danglefest. And then, of course, taking third place in Fargo in the top bracket. Girls will get their third place medals from Fargo tonight. Puck's behind the Irish net. Pinching in is Olsen. This one comes to the point, kept in by Cron. Cron around one, sends it to the middle. It's deflected, and it's loose at the top of the crease. It's still loose. Opportunity for the Spartacats. I think there was a shot on goal in there, but only one, as the Irish were able to get a clearance. Another shot from Cron finds its way into the crease. Now Cron's diving in. Good job that time by the Cats breaking up that rush. Bauman has it taken off of her stick, sends that forward. That one's not going to make it. Here's an opportunity for Olsen. Olsen might get to touch to it to the outside. She does. Olsen fires a centering pass. This one's in. It's deflected and parried away, that time smartly by the Irish. Irish were changing behind the play. Donahue's going to have to get on her horse, and she does. Cron's covering the slot. This one goes all the way through to Nelner. 9:40 to go here in the second period. Donahue sends it up for Olsen. It's intercepted by the Irish. Oh, that one comes in. Oh, it takes a weird deflection, and it's covered. That one's a deflection, big deflection off of a skate. And Ruth Jawar coming up with a heck of a save. It took a deflection off a Spartacat skate and caught Jawar flat-footed. She was able to get back and pin it against the post. Dangerous stuff for the Spartacats. Not sure that counts as a shot on goal because it wasn't going to go on goal until one of the Spartacats hit the puck, but we'll play it that way. This one comes to the point, sent in by the Irish, but it goes wide. This is Zoe Scott digging at this side. Here comes Scott pumping the legs. Scott over the blue line with an opportunity. She's stood up at the red line and dumps in. Marcel will chase. Baker on the ice. She'll try to keep it in. It's kept in by Scott. Comes back in for Marcel with a backhand try. And there was a rebound that went wide. So the shots starting to stack up a little bit for the Spartacats. Irish over the blue line, nicely done, and a penalty is coming. Penalty is coming against the Spartacats. A slash or a trip of some sort. 8:42 to go. And we'll see who's going. I think it's Olivia Shack. So it'll be a 1 minute penalty, 1 minute power play for the Irish with 8:42 to go here in the second period. Cats changing, so Marcel, Olsen, no, we got an extra player. Player's not 100% sure where they're supposed to be, but in any event we play on. Now we've got the right number on the ice. Puck is dropped. Good block that time by Cron. Cron will pressure the puck off of her stick. Chance for Olsen to get it out. Can't quite do that. Donahue slaps at it, sends it to the middle. This is going to be an opportunity for the Spartacats. Nurka could not quite get on the other end of it. You can see the power play time there. Nurka tries to skate that out. Cats just need to get this out of the zone. Nurka has a chance, but Cats just cannot get this out of the zone. Finally, they do. Cats apparently going for a degree of difficulty points on the penalty kill. This puck goes the other direction. Cron goes for the poke check, misses it, but forces it to the other side. Irish expertly touching up, nicely done. Nurka loses an edge, but goes down. Cats try to keep this in the corner. This falls for Nurka. Nurka's got time. She loses an edge herself again and goes down. This falls for Cron. Cron, as penalty time expires. Cron pumping the legs. Cron through the neutral ice. And she's offside. Nelner is offside. It's a good call. You could see it happening. Nelner thought she was on the line. Spartacat coaches not arguing, not there. They could see you could see it happening as Cron was pumping her legs. Nelner just was not able to get onto the blue line. And with 7:34 to go here in the second period, a neutral zone face-off. This is Eden Miller. Eden Miller into the left corner. Tries to center. Comes for Shack. Shack with an opportunity. Shack shoots from distance. This drifts in. And an opportunity. And a good save that time by the Rosemount Irish keeper. 7:19 to go. Here in the second period. Scott and Shack are your defenders. Miller wins that face-off. Backhand centering attempt. Broken up by the Irish. Nelner presses in on the side. This is Zoe Scott. Zoe Scott cycles that down deep. Here's Miller below the red line. Shoots, and it goes across. It's played by the goalie, but not on goal. Shack, just off your screen here to the right. Battles there in front of the Spartacat bench. This is Bauman battling. Lots of humanity over there near the scorer's table. It looks like a scrum. Somebody needs to cover for the Spartacats if this comes out the other direction. All four players now. Spartacats need to get this one out, and they finally do, but it goes to the Irish. This one poked down the other direction. This is going to go think this is going to go for icing. Maybe not. No icing. Okay, interesting. Thought that might be icing against the Spartacats in any event we play on. Nice move there by the Irish, going around the other direction. Nelner with a poke check. Nicely done. It falls kindly that time for Bauman, but Bauman unable to elevate the puck. This one goes to the far side. This is Olivia Shack. Shack at the point, shoots from distance. It takes deflections. Opportunity, and a goal! Shot and a goal! I think it's Bauman. I think it's Bauman for the Spartacats. And the Spartacats strike with 6:07 to go. Here in the second period, Spartacats get on the board. It goes to show you folks, if you keep shooting at a net, eventually something good's gonna happen. Maren Olsen is on the wrong side. There we go. So Olsen, Marcel, and Baker are your forwards. Kron and Donahue your defenders. This is Olsen. She's got a head of steam going the other direction. Sends that forward, but it's kept in at the point that time by the Irish. This falls for Kron. Kron can't get that to stick on her stick. And it comes back for Donahue, who's going to try the boards one more time. I believe Bauman will get credit for that one, not sure. Here's an opportunity for the Irish as they come sniping in. As Jay War watches that go wide. And here comes Baker. Baker loses that one. Cats try to pass that one out. And here's Olsen. Olsen with a head of steam. Olsen over the blue line. Might have been offside. Olsen with a good poke check. Opportunity as it sits in the crease. I thought Olsen might have had one of her teammates offside. Donahue's chasing. There's no icing. This one comes to the far corner. Somebody in white needs to get on the end of this. It's 3 or 4v1 in the end. Here's an opportunity, and it's a goal for the Irish. A goal for the Irish. With 5:01 to go. And the Irish strike with 5:01 to go to even up the score. Good play by the Irish. Cats were outnumbered, and the Irish made them pay. 5:01 to go. Second period action. I told you folks, it does not matter where this game is going to be. It's going to be fun to watch. Eden Miller tries to get that over the blue line. Nelner's got to clear the zone. She does. And Miller apparently was offside. She's a bit confused, and I have to admit, I think I am too. I thought she would clear the zone, but the referees have a much better view than we do, and they said she was in an offside position. Neutral zone face-off just outside the Irish end. Irish control that face-off, try a cross D-to-D pass. It goes wide. Can the Cats hold it in? They do. This is Shack holding it in. Far side. Good poke check there. Opportunity for Nelner. Nelner shoots. It's behind the goal. It's under the goal. It's a frozen puck. It was a shot on goal, and the keeper squeezed her pads together. 4:35 to go here in the second period. Nice save that time by the keeper. It might have been considered a 2-on-0 down deep, as it took an odd bounce, and the Irish unable to necessarily get on the end of that one. Eden Miller, Aurelia Nelner, and Laura Marcel, I believe, are your forwards. Either that, it's Izzy Nurka. Check it, it's Izzy Nurka, 98, not 28. We have a net in the way. Shack tries to keep it in. Scott tries to go the other direction. Irish bring this one up the other direction. Delay there, and almost offside, but player gets right back onside. Nurka with it. Nurka's going to keep it and send it up, but nobody's there for the Spartacats. Irish control. Centering pass, shot from the point is blocked. This comes for Scott. Scott around Wilhelm. Wilhelm did change. Did not see when she changed. This one gets out, and this one's going to go for icing if it makes it, and it does. So with 3:52 to go here in the second period, Spartacats will defend a defensive zone face-off against the Irish with a tie score. Irish win that face-off. It falls kindly that time, and a chance for the Irish. on the back door and could not convert. It was a gaping net, but she could not get a stick on it. And the Spartacats use one of their 9 lives to avoid a goal there. Cats need to get on the other end of this. Need to find some passes to break out. This is Donahue, right below the camera. Punches this forward. This is going to go for icing, except it's waved off. It's waved off as apparently it died in the corner. Irish steaming through neutral ice. Cron with a good poke check. And that's offside. Good poke check by Cron. Created the offside with 3:10 to go. So another great opportunity for the Irish later in this period. Arguably, much like the first game these two teams played in the district play, Irish had a number of scoring opportunities, just could not convert on any of them, or very many of them, on the route to a 5-1 loss. Obviously doing a better job of converting in the second game with 5 goals. Irish intercept that pass from Donahue. Donahue pitches that forward. Miller battling there and back in and offside with 2:52 to go here in the second period. Spartacats would love to get another trophy this year. They've got 2, one from Danglefest, one from Fargo. They'd love to get another one. Here's Eden Miller. Eden Miller tries to go around the stick. Can't. This falls for Scott. Scott had somebody on top of her right away. Needs to make that decision just a little bit faster. Nelner, she's taken out. Battle on the boards. Is this puck going to even stay in? Irish trying to keep it in. It stays in momentarily. Poked at by Scott, but again, the Irish keep it in. Cats try to get this out, but the Irish keep it in at the point. Olivia Shack's going to have to go back and get this one. She's around Melissa Wilhelm's cage. Shack slams on the brakes, backhands it, but doesn't make it out from the point. Somebody in white jersey needs to get on the other end of it. It's Zoe Scott feeding Aurelia Nelner. Nelner's going to pump the legs, but the Irish will claim. That one comes out to neutral ice. Sent back in by Baker, and a quick offsides. Unlucky that time for the Spartacats, although not overly harmful, as Baker sent that back in. I think Nelner was the player unable to get out. Clock's right, 1:59 to go here in the second period. 1-1 is your score. Had lots of shots in the first half of this period. The last half of this period has been pretty bereft of shots, but the Spartacats will have an offensive zone face-off with 1:51 to go, and we'll see if the Spartacats are able to generate some offense. Spartacats out shooting the Irish, but where it counts on the scoreboard, it is knotted up at 1. Olsen Mercell, and I believe that's Nurka, far side. Irish control. Oh, opportunity here as they skate that one up through the crease. Nurka unable to get on the other end of that one. 1:39 to go. This falls to neutral ice. Scott slaps at that one. Lots of blind backhands here. I'm not sure that's what the doctor ordered. Scott tries to get it across, and it falls kindly for Olsen. Olsen steams across the blue line, tries a centering pass, broken up that time by the Irish. It falls for Shack, who shoots that, and that whistles wide. Took a lot of bounces. Somebody in white's got to get on the other end of that. The forwards need to come over. There's interference in front of the net, at least called for by some of the fans. Shack pinches in from the point. Nurka chases. Now Shack will have a little more time to tee it up. It took a little too much time as the Irish quickly over with now 1 minute to go here in the period. Another shot. That one goes wide. No rebound option there. Cats need to be careful. They're caught very, very deep. 46 seconds to go. Good back check that time by the Spartacats. It comes to the Irish, who send it back in. Cats just need to get control of this one, and they do through Scott. And Olsen backed up. A little bit of awareness there necessary Wasn't quite what the doctor ordered, and with 26 seconds to go, Scott's rush broken up by offside. We've got people waving to each other. Interesting.
Let's go, White! Turn it off!
Miller, Nelner, and Mercell, your forwards. Cron and Donahue, your defenders. This one's going to go by everybody, but Cron will get it there. Cron's going to go the other direction and finds Miller. Nicely done. Miller with 15 seconds. Good back check that time by the Irish. Miller gets it over the blue line, gains the zone, but turns over the puck. And here come the Irish going the other direction. They've got 5 seconds to go. Now 2 seconds to go, and they're going to have an opportunity, but it will go begging. And third period action coming up here from Inver Grove Heights, the VMCC West Arena. As we move to the third period. Shots 11-4 in favor of the Spartacats, but the Cats need to get more shots on goal. Need to get more shots on goal if they're going to solve the Irish keeper. There have been some rebounds and a couple of juicy ones that the Cats have not been able to take advantage of. Spartacat goaltenders doing a good job of keeping the Cats in the game. Notably, Ruth Jawar with her save up against the post of a ricocheted puck. Third period action coming up here from Inver Grove. Again, this is the Spartacat Spectacular pool play, as you can see down there at the bottom of your screen. And the winners of the pool, along with the second place team in the pool, will play in the championship game on Sunday afternoon. Bauman, Miller, and Nelner, your forwards. Cron and Donahue, your defenders. Irish with a late change. This is Jawar back between the pipes. Irish getting their lineup. Now we're set. And the puck is dropped on the third period. It's an exciting one going back and forth. This falls for Donahue. Donahue whips this forward. It gets by a one defender, but not multiple. This falls for Cron. Cron with an opportunity. Tries to skate it out, but ran into some resistance there in a navy and gold jersey. Opportunity for Bauman, and Bauman's going to get tagged for a penalty. And a pretty clear hook there for Bauman. So a 1 minute power play for the Irish. 1 minute power play with 11:32 to go here in the third period. Now the clock is right. Irish will face off to the right of Jawar. Shot in towards the crease. Took off of a skate. This one comes across. Opportunity there on the back door. Somebody in white needs to get this out. This is Cron. She sends it across and it goes the other direction. That was dangerous, but ultimately worked. Sent back in that time by the Irish. This falls for Cron. Jawar down to protect the goal. Cron's got time. She's going to skate it. She skates it to the middle. Maybe ill-advised. Nelner unable to get that one out. This falls for Donahue. Donahue sends it up, but it's kept in by the Irish on the far side. It comes for Cron. Cron stick handles, gets it to Miller. Miller tries to get it off of her stick and feeds Nelner. Nelner with an opportunity. Nelner through neutral ice. Nelner in. Opportunity for Nelner. She shoots. Had a good save that time by the keeper. Rebound cleared away. Falls for Donahue at the point. It's sent in. Spartacats are on the penalty kill. Need to remember they've got to get back and play some defense. As Nelner breaks that one up, the penalty time has expired to Bauman. And here comes Cron through neutral ice. It's taken off of her stick. Finds Miller. Miller goes the other direction as Mercell and one of the Irish collide at neutral ice. Cross ice pass that time by Donahue, who goes for a change. This falls for Mercell. Mercell gains the zone but turns it over. Cron goes for the poke check and misses. This is Scott going the other direction. Good harassment on the back check that time, but it was not frozen. I thought for sure Jawar had that. And this was going to go, certainly will go for icing against the Spartacats with 9:59 to go here in the third period. Shots starting to rack up for the Spartacats. Not too many shots on goal for the Irish, but again, they're making them count when they get them. 9:59 to go. The clock starts running. Irish win that faceoff. Good cross ice pass. It falls for Scott. Tries to get it out. Irish keep it in. Smartly done. And it wraps around Ruth Jawor's cage. Cats chase it in the corner with Shaq. You can't quite see it. I've got a bad angle here, folks. It's as good as I can get. Irish player loses her stick, and this falls for Zoe Scott. Zoe Scott with a head of steam on the far side. Goes by one defender. Opportunity as she tries to bring it in. Good back check that time by the Irish, and it ends up behind their net. Marcel loses an edge. Nurka holds it in momentarily. Cats trying to hold it in. It slips out. Scott sends it down deep. Spartacats with a forecheck. Try to hold it in. All three forwards on the side. Now the Cats out, and Marcel unable to exit the zone. And with 8:59 to go, a neutral zone face-off from the center ice. Irish and Spartacats, two well-matched teams. Irish win that face-off, but it falls kindly to Nelner. Nelner has it taken off of her stick. Falls for Bauman, who feeds that on. That one slides wide. This is Meller. Meller tries to backhand centering pass, but it doesn't come off. Cats fighting over it in the corner. Bauman and Nelner try to hold it in. Nelner dispossessed there. Nice job by the Irish. They're going the other direction. Irish and over the blue line. Cron takes that away from the Irish. Cron with an opportunity. Looks like she wants to skate it. Has her head down. Now she's skating it. She comes to the neutral ice area. Bauman was kind of in the way. Cron had to slam on the brakes there, but fortunately they entered the zone onside. Miller can't center this one. Bauman, the goal scorer for the Spartacats. This falls for Donahue. Donahue shoots, takes a weird bounce, ends up in someone's equipment in the slot. Falls for Miller. Miller crossing pass, doesn't come off. Bauman's gonna get to this, try to cross, but no one able to get on the other end of it. All the Spartacats on the wrong side. Cron's gonna try to keep it in. She's not gonna be able to. This one gets punched down deep. Irish changing behind the play. Cron whistles that one around for Bauman. Bauman near side. Intercepted by the Irish and kept in. Irish with an opportunity. Irish cruising. That one took a deflection on the way in. Donahue battling Irish player in the corner. This one wraps around. This is for Miller. Can Miller get to this one first? Miller could not get to that one first. Shot is blocked on the way in. This one finds neutral ice. And Eden Miller feeds that across and offside. Offside, and I think maybe the referee might have gotten that one wrong, because you saw the effort as Marcel tried to jump, and it looked like she had gotten back up to touch. But the referee's opinion is the only one that counts in third period action here from VMCC. Olsen, Baker, and I think Marcel, your forwards. Olsen aggressive in for the forecheck, loses an edge, goes down. Into the near side. This is Shaq who holds it in. She sends that around behind the Irish net, and the Irish will control far corner. Olsen with the forecheck there, tries to keep it in. Irish doing a nice job of getting it out. Now the Spartacats have to back check. Irish cruising through neutral ice. Spartacats battling there at the near point. This one, opportunity, walk in, and a heck of a save. Big save that time. Big save that time by Ruth Jawor. Good glove save that time by Jawor. Got that one on video. It was headed for the far post. We'll never know if it was going to go in or not, but I'm going to call it a shot on goal. I thought that was a heck of a glove. 6:32 to go. Irish control. Whistle a shot in towards Jawor. This is Shaq behind the net, reverses her turn, goes the other way. Shaq has it on her backhand, but can't get that out. Spartacats need to get control of it. Now it goes behind J-War. Cats need to get to this. Irish spreading the ice very, very well. Baker pitches it out, and I think that one's going to make it all the way down. And that's icing against the Spartacats with 6:01 to go. Good clearance that time by Baker. It just did not come off. There was one Spartacat near the blue line that if somehow that had fallen nicely for her, it might have been quite the opportunity. But it's coming down to it between these two teams. Two District 8 foes locked up in a pool play game here in the Spartacats Spectacular. Face-off win nominally by the Spartacats, but it falls quickly for the Irish. Irish with an opportunity on the backhand. Nelner sends that out towards the far boards. Cats will try to get it out as Meller tag teams with Nelner to get that out. Here's Meller. Meller over the blue line. Meller with an opportunity. Good poke check that time by the Irish on the far side. And it comes out to neutral ice. Donahue sends it in. It's off of a Irish stick. Irish bringing that one in. Good poke check there by Nelner. Nelner whistles that one going the other direction. This will be icing if it makes it, and it will. So we'll have icing against the Spartacats with 5:21 to go. In an eventful, low scoring, but eventful third period. There is no official count on the shots, so I'm going to use mine. Cats shooting the Irish approximately 2-1. Referees have got the girls lined up where they need to be. This one falls nicely there for the Irish. Shot is blocked on the way in. This is Olsen. Sends that out. It gets out of the zone. That's going to be offside as the Irish unable to clear the zone. 5:11 to go. And a neutral zone face-off will allow all of the teams to change. Irish changing their forward line. Spartacats look to be changing their defenders. Scott and Shaq back out there on defense. Wilhelm is between the pipes for the Spartacats. This one's pitched along. This is an opportunity for Marcel. Marcel gets it on, tries to steer it to the middle. Olsen was lurking at the top of the crease, but that pass broken up expertly that time by the Irish. Irish control on the far side. They reverse their turn. Shaq's going to try to pinch in. She does pinch. Tries to hold it. Marcel tries to hold it. Or check it, that's Bauman, excuse me. Bauman's going to try to hold it in again. Right side of your screen. A little bit of a collision there. This comes for Shaq. Shaq did not have a whole lot of time, but somehow maintains control of the puck, trying to get that on her forehand. Doesn't come off. And Shaq is dumped. Shaq is dumped in front, and a shot goes wide as Marcel missed the net. Here come the Irish. 4:18 to go. Irish slamming the brakes, nicely done. Opportunity here for the Spartacats as they go the other direction. This is Bauman who just sends it in. Not sure if she's chasing that or if she's going for a change. Good attempt at the long stretch pass that time by the Irish, but it's broken up by the Spartacats. This is Scott. Scott far side. This finds Nelner. Nelner steams up the far side. She's got a lot of defenders in front of her. Tries to get it in deep, but it's kept from going deep that time by the Irish. Sent back in that time by the Cats, and it falls kindly for Cron. Cron whistles that in. I think that's going to go. No icing. No icing. Cron was close to the red line. I thought they might call icing there. But the Cats have got to get to this puck. Cannot let somebody steam through neutral ice, and they break it up and send it to the corner. Good centering pass that time by the Irish. Dangerous stuff. In a game like this, any little opportunity can be taken advantage of. Cron tries to go around the end. She's still going around the end. Cron skating it out from behind. Opportunity for Cron, brings it over the blue line. Cron, lost control of it. Lost control of it. The defense was to the middle. Cron needs to pay attention. This is going to be icing, I think. It's going to be icing against the Irish. And a fortunate icing there for the Spartacats as Cron was gassed and out of position. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Spartacats to the right of the Irish cage. 2:47 to go. Both teams looking for all the points in this game. Miller, Nelner, and Baker, your forwards. Falls kindly for Eden Miller. Eden Miller shoots from distance. That one goes across. Baker will chase. Shack will also mind the gap. Baker battles there. Comes out. Shack gets it in deeper. Nelner's chasing. Baker tries a centering pass, but it goes behind the net. 2:25 to go. Miller sends in the middle. Baker could not get her stick on that one. And the Irish attack the other direction. Shack with a good poke check there. This one goes down deep into the Irish end. It goes behind the keeper. Irish will control there. Just over 2 minutes to go here in a riveting third period. Spartacats are in bad shape now. Here's an opportunity for the Irish. They shoot from distance, and that one goes well over the bar. She might have had too much time there as the Spartacats now finally rally. They were caught in a bad change. Opportunity and a big save that time by Melissa Wilhelm. What a big save that was. 1:45 to go. 1:45 to go. Irish with an excellent scoring opportunity. Good shot. It was a good shot and a good save. This one's heading. It's the barn burner I promised you folks. You knew it was going to be a good one. It's going to be a one-goal game either way. If one team can even solve the other. Face-off won by the Irish, sent in. Takes a deflection off of a skate. This is where it's dangerous for the Spartacats. It's fed forward. Here's an opportunity for Marcel. Marcel with a good pass. Opportunity as Olsen breaks in. Marcel shoots and scores! Marcel with a great pass. The table was set, I think, by Maren Olsen. The table was set by Maren Olsen, and Laura Marcel dines sumptuously. What a goal, what a shot, and what a goal. Let's go! 90 seconds for the Irish to find an equalizer. Cats will just want to keep this down deep. This is Donahue. Donahue whistles that out. That's out of the zone. It falls kindly for Olsen. Donahue with it there, and here come the Irish. Irish breaking in. Cron with a poke check. Cron tries to keep it up against the boards. Olsen battling there. 1 minute to go. Just over a minute to go. This one's sent in. Cats just need to get this out of the zone. They have to get it out of the zone, and so far they can't. And that one goes wide. That's another shot for the Irish. Under a minute to play. Cats just need to get on this one, and it's a goal! Spartacats could not get it out of the zone. They had it on their stick, but were trying to skate it rather than just exit the zone. And the Irish, with a pulled goalie, managed to even up the game at 2. You'd argue that it's a cruel result for the Spartacats, but in practice, in fairness, this has been an even game between these two teams. 49 seconds to go. Timeout. And I'm not sure who called timeout. I think it was the Spartacats. I don't know for certain. Have to clear the zone. Have to clear the zone. Goodness gracious, girls. Good use of the timeout by the Spartacat coaching staff. Big momentum for the Rosemount Irish into the last 49 seconds of this game. Third period action. Bauman, Miller, Nelner, your forwards. Shack and Scott, your defenders. Melissa Wilhelm still between the pipes. The Irish take their positions as the referee prepares to drop the puck. Falls nicely that time for the Irish. Good poke check there by Scott. Marcel pitchforks that one down, but it's intercepted by the Irish. Mellor, excuse me. This one comes in, opportunity for the Irish, and that one goes wide. Has to get down. This one's in near the crease. Cats just need to get control of this one. 27 seconds to go. Need to get it out and need to get it down to the other end. Cats trying to skate with it rather than clear the zone. Shot by the Irish finds its way to the middle. Cats just need to get it out, and they do. Cat player Bauman cleaned out, and we have a stoppage now with 9.5 seconds to go. I think that would have been a goal had it not, she's not stopped it, so I'm going to give the Cats another shot on that one. Spartacats offensive zone face-off, 9 seconds to go, 9.5 seconds to go. Oh wait, we have a timeout, excuse me. I saw everybody moving and I thought they had dropped the puck. So we'll put 9 seconds back on the board. And I believe the Rosemount Irish have now called their timeout. And again, I told you folks this was going to be a heck of a game between these two teams, and they did not disappoint. Spartacats will be upset that they conceded a late goal, but in fairness, the game has been very even. Shots on goal are a little lopsided in favor of the Spartacats, but the reality of it is that neither team has dominated this game. Neither team can claim that they'll have been unfairly done or hard done by a tie. And again, tomorrow night, the Spartacats will take on the other U10b1 team for the Spartacats, the white team. Fortunately, our girls will be wearing their away jerseys, so we'll know who the blue and white are. Lots of excitement, opportunity here for the Spartacats. Referee gets prepared to drop the puck. He lines them up. Cats trying to push that one into the middle. It doesn't come off, it's in the corner. 4 seconds to go, 3 seconds to go. And the puck never makes it out of the corner. And that is the final. Tie game between the Irish and the Spartacats here in pool play. Goals by Bauman and Marcel. 2 tallies for the Irish, and we end up 2-2 at the end of 3. This one will end in a tie, and the girls will line up to shake hands. Again, we'll have coverage tomorrow night of the intra-association battle between the Spartacats and the Spartacats. Thanks for joining us here on the channel.